Hi, it's David, Hallandale Beach blog. It's Wednesday, May 1st, 2013. I'm at the home of my friend and fellow Hallandale Beach and Broward County civic activist, Csaba Kulin. Csaba contacted me last week following the Hallandale Beach Planning and Zoning Advisory Board meeting which took place. I actually attended that for the agenda portion of the meeting, but afterwards, City Attorney Lynn Whitfield gave one of her many updates and workshops on ethics. And this is important because one of the big questions in Hallandale Beach that's existed for years is who's actually the person who's making decisions involving ethics, of forcing the city officials and the city's elected officials, as well as the city employees, to actually follow the law, to actually do the right thing, and of course conflicts of interest. Who's the person who determines that? Well, you certainly can't allow the members themselves to make that determination. So anyway, Csaba, why don't you go ahead and tell me what happened last Wednesday at the advisory board, which you are a member of.
After you left the meeting, we had a half-hour discussion of the ethics and the gifts and so forth for the members of the board. And our city attorney described what we can do and we cannot do, and what's ethical and what's not ethical. And I had a question after she was done with her presentation. I asked her that who is responsible for making sure that we follow all these rules and laws and regulations. And she basically answered that she's not the ethics police. That's not her job to police whoever is up there to make sure that we follow the law.
Who's up there on the dais for either the advisory boards or for the city commission themselves?
For the city commission, for anybody in general. So I figured that you might be interested to hear that, since we always wondered what is the role of the city attorney as far as that is concerned. Since the city attorney is not only an employee of the city but also an officer of the court.
Right, the city attorney being one of the two city employees who actually work for the city commission. All the other employees work for the city manager. It's also important, given the city's history over the last few years, where so many things have happened that were completely inexplicable, where there were questions about ethics, about following the laws, about doing the right thing, whether it was allowing the public to speak when they were supposed to have the opportunity to, and the mayor choosing not to allow the public to speak, something which unfortunately has happened dozens and dozens of times over the last 9 years that I've lived here, all of which have occurred while she was the mayor. Did you have anything else or any thoughts about what she said and whether or not you were as troubled about that as I was?
Well, I was troubled with that. I would have liked to have here to say that I'm responsible and I will stop anybody who is on the surface looks like they're not obeying the law or doing something which is illegal. That's not the city.
Because after all, she's not just the employee of the city commission, but she's also, even though she won't admit it, she's supposed to represent the public that's paying her salary. And while she's supposed to be looking after liability, making sure the city doesn't do the wrong thing, and yet over and over the years, the city has constantly been doing the wrong thing, and there's been no one up at the top willing to say, no, you can't do this.
Yes, I agree with that.
So, thank you very much, Csaba. We'll be talking to you again soon. Bye-bye.